Hey everyone, and welcome back to our Let's Play for Cities Skylines After Dark. Jumping into episode 2 right now, just having a look at this little red house and its view out over the crater or the bay or whatever we're going to call it. So, last episode we got our initial build set up, so if you didn't watch the first episode or just want a bit of a recap, this is it. So we've got our industrial area over here. Going to have this as our main, this sort of main road into the town is going to be our shopping strip, so you can put commercial either side. And then we're going to basically build rings of residential out from the crater out to here. We are going to do a few different things, so we'll maybe get to that in this episode, and you can see what or you guys can see what I'm talking about. Not sure quite sure how it's going to work, but we'll give it a go, and if we fail, then we fail, but that is fine. So, got a fair bit of cash, and what we sort of talked about at the end of the last episode was getting rid of our heavy industrial and getting into forestry. Given that we only have access, we're going to probably buy this tile over here, we think. So buy this tile, this will give us access to a whole bunch of forestry here, which will be good. But then later on, it'll actually give us access to the rail line there. Only downside is it means that we're going to have to basically build a bridge across here and then also hook up a line or a road from our forestry over here all the way over to the highway over here. So that's the only dilemma that we have right now. So I'm still not really convinced, but I think that's probably really the only feasible option we've got at the moment. We may actually leave it for a while, just run with the heavy industrial just for a little bit longer and sort of, I don't know, just reevaluate it and all that kind of stuff. Just did realise that I actually spelled Paradiise with 2 I's, so that wasn't intentional, although I suppose it looks pretty cool, so we're just going to, well, we have to leave it right now, so that's what we're going to do. Can we change it? We can. No, we'll change it. We'll leave it with the 2 I's. Make it a little bit funky, even though if it wasn't intentional. So, going to jump straight into the game, get the game running. Let's double check our services again. So we're going to need electricity, some more energy soon. We're going to have to bump up our water quite soon as well, so might as well do that now before we forget to put it up to 75 for both. Power is running at 100 anyway. May just put down another wind turbine while we're at it so we don't forget. So we're just going to keep running our wind turbines along the coast like this. Definitely sort of set up a wind farm over there. Which is good. So, a bit of demand for residential. So I'm going to put down a whole bunch of more residential housing. So I can fill up all this through here like that. So that is fine. We can fill up to there and all around here. And to here and all around there. Look at that. And then to there. And all around here. And make sure we fill that. Just fix that a little bit there. And that should be pretty good. So what we're going to do, just fix up our power lines again. This is going to be a pretty constant thing that we sort of do until we sort of get out further, but there we go. So is that actually in? It's probably not, is it? No. Is that one? Not really sure. Are they going to hook up or we're going to run out of power? Oh no, that's cool. All good. Don't panic. Nothing to worry about. So we did our high school last time with our milestone. So what's our next milestone? So that's actually at 2400. So that actually won't be too far away. Then we get access to transport and intersections and all that kind of stuff. So and advanced wind turbines. So that'll be quite good. So we can actually put those out in the coast. Although we won't be able to for a while, will we? To actually probably expand out into this tile. So that's a little bit of a bummer. Although we could put them out here, I guess. No, we won't do that. That's going to look horrible. All right, we'll deal with that. And we won't panic. No panic. Cool. So I think we're going to put down a high school. Although where are we going to put it? Maybe here. I'm thinking that should give us pretty good coverage over the whole entire area. And we just sort of do have our other services down here, so that probably makes a little bit of sense, doesn't it? So I think we're just going to put it there. No, we're going to put it there. Put it facing that way. So there we go. So that's good. So we've got our high school set up, which is nice. All of our zones, our demands are under control, which is good. Got commercial through here, some industrial through here, and all of our residential. And there's our beautiful nightscape coming in again. So that is really, really good. Love the sunset too. Very cool mechanic, or very cool graphics anyway. So it's all going quite well indeed. So you've got about 1,000 in income, which is quite good. Getting up population quite rapidly, so we actually won't be too far away from our next expansion. So actually are building up quite quickly in this game, so only in episode 2 and sort of up to the, I reckon we'll be up to the 3,500 by the end of this episode, so, or even, maybe even a little bit more, so. But everything's under control, everything's sort of going to plan currently. What we're actually going to do now is actually expand along the opposite side of the road. But I think what we're going to do is actually build these junctions out. I think that's sort of how we're going to build. I'm not really 100% sure yet, but I think we're just going to put those there so we don't sort of have to demolish a whole bunch of commercial zoning later on. So I think we're going to build to there, or to there, so like that, and then fill in all of this, like this, not there, and just up to there, should be fine, and the same over here, like this, to about there, so there we go, so that should be pretty good. Still going to have water coverage, which is fantastic. We will need to lay another water line, so might as well do that now while we're here. So I'm going to come out there like that, over to there, and then to there, and across and down, to finish it like that. So that should be fairly good. Everything's going pretty well. Some of the demands are starting to come up. We've got a lot of commercial, we've fixed that. Put down some more residential, I guess. We can do that with no problems. So we're going to put all this down like that and fix up that bit there. Must have made some changes there, so I didn't see that before, but fixed those up. A few ones over here as well, which I hadn't noticed, so don't panic. And we'll leave all that free. Can we do that? Yeah, that's cool. So that should be pretty good there. I'm actually filling all of this as well, up until there. And all of this registered there at the moment. I suppose we can build along here as well. Cool, so that should be plenty of residential demand set up there. Which is quite good. So, everything's going along pretty well. 1,600 in cash flow, in income, 22k in the bank. Getting a little bit more of industrial. I think we're just going to expand this out again. Not a huge fan of continuing to just sort of expand this out, but I think we just sort of have to do it right now. I think we can go and actually blow all of our money on setting up the forestry and then have really nothing left. So I think just for now this is the best. Cool, so our next milestone up at 2,400. So we can buy another area, so I think that's 2 extra ones we can buy. We've got access to transport, so buses and taxis. Or industry specialization, which we're not going to use, a couple of new policies and a whole bunch of new roads and intersections. We've also got access to the bus depot, an advanced wind turbine, cemetery, and taxi depot. So that is pretty cool. So a bunch more industrial there, which is nice. I'm going to need another wind turbine. It's a bit bananas, but that's what we have to do. So put that one there. So all the wind turbines over there, which is fine. So residential is under control. We'll get some more industry over here, so that'll be fine. That demand will come down. 2,400, 2,000 in income, 51k or 52k in the bank, so that's quite good. So looking pretty good. So I think what we're going to do, I think I'm going to show you guys sort of what I'm planning with this and why we're sort of going to do this a little bit different, why I've never done this before, and why it could be an enormous failure. Basically what I'm going to do, I am going to run pedestrian roads, pedestrian walkways, basically up all the way up here, up to our commercial, and do that on each of these laneways. Also, every few sets of rings, we're actually going to run some horizontally across our sectors as well. So I think we're going to do one here, which is why actually, I'm not sure if you noticed, left a bit more of a gap. We have to demolish that house, I should have thought of that. That's okay. I think that's what we're going to do is every few sort of rings, we're actually going to run pedestrian roads all the way along as well. And so basically I'm looking to get a lot of cars off the road, because if we don't, given that we've only got basically 3 intersections in here, we could run into quite a few traffic problems in the future. And I don't really want to do that. So I want to sort of get in early, build up those pedestrian lanes. But the thing is, we're actually going to run them elevated. So actually you're going to have pretty much an elevated one all the way along. And then we have little offshoots coming down to each sort of road level. Not sure how it's going to work, not sure if it's going to pull off. Hopefully it does, but we will see. It could be an expensive and ugly disaster. I mean, I don't think it's going to look great for a little while, but I think especially when we get to high density residential, you're not going to notice them because you have sort of big buildings all around them. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to run our first one here and sort of just do a little bit of a test case, and then once that is done, we can sort out the rest. So we're going to jump into our where are we there? Into our pedestrian lanes, and what we're going to do, we're actually going to jump up. So we're going to build, actually I'm going to start and then jump up, and we're going to put one, so we're going to go there, and then put one right across the road as close as we can to there. Basically the same to here, and then just to there. We're going to finish it there for the moment. What we're going to do now, we're going to jump down like this, and we are going to come into here and actually come down like that. That's not what I wanted. That is not what I wanted at all. Actually, I don't need one there anyway, do we? No, of course we don't. That looked a little bit better before, didn't it? Alright. What we're going to do, I stuffed that up. Okay, so we're going to go here and then come up like that. And can we hook it up to there? There, like that. Okay. So that's better. So we actually didn't need one there, so that was my mistake. What we're going to do now is get our tool down and actually come down like this. Can we fit it in? Oh, just there. Perfect. So there we go. So that's basically what they're going to look like. So we have little off ramps coming down like that. I actually think they look pretty cool, so they don't actually look too bad. I mean, I know it doesn't look amazing, especially with low density, but I think, hopefully, cross our fingers, it is going to pay off. So there we go. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to run them. We're going to have three. So we're going to have three that runs all the way up here into there. And then, like I mentioned, I think we're going to have some that run along horizontally as well. Although we'll probably see how the vertical ones run, and then we can test out the other ones. So we may even sort of do maybe gravel paths through there. Maybe it's just something a little bit different. So see how that goes. So what we're actually going to do, we're going to just leave that. For the moment, oh no, I might as well set up the rest. We're just going to set up the rest. Just going to jump into it, do it, and then it'll be done. So we're going to do this, jump it up, same thing as last time. So we get through this as quickly as we can. So right there, like that, and then along to there, and across to there, and finish it there. Then bring our tool down, drop it down, and sort of start about there when we can, and oh, rubbish. Rubbish. So we didn't mean to do that. So, alright, so we're going to fix it. So we come to there, and across, and now, if we drop down like this, so that's what I wanted there, so I should have done last time. So now we drop it down, and we should be able to bring it right down to there like that. Cool, so there we go. So hopefully that is going to encourage people to walk, and especially later on. So it is sort of a long-term plan. So it's definitely something that we're sort of doing, planning to do sort of, you know, the more as the game goes on, and I think it should sort of pay off. And hopefully it pays off with us not needing as much sort of change and planning and all that kind of stuff around traffic, which would be sort of the goal, the aim, the dream, and all that kind of stuff. So go down to that. Come to about here, bring that out, drop it down, and put another one in right there. So there we go. So those are our 3 pedestrian lanes set up. I suppose they don't actually look too bad, do they? Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't look amazing, but that's okay. All good. So, get the game running again. And yeah. So get some people starting to use it already. Coming down the off-ramps there. Yeah. I think we will definitely need this sort of the gravel runs running, or just some pedestrian paths running horizontally as well, just so people sort of get across to different areas. Seems to make a bit of sense to me. We actually set up for this one as well because we've got our services here, so I would have thought that having pedestrian paths near our services is going to make quite a bit of sense, and near our high school and stuff like that, so that's what we're going to do. So actually, we're going to test one out. We're going to build one. We're going to demolish that and de-zone it. So de-zone all through there like that. Now what we're going to do is grab our paths. I suppose we just go for normal pedestrian, won't we? So we're going to come along like this and just have our free tool so we can make it a little bit better. Just bring it along all the way through this and connect it up to there. Can we actually sort of build into the school? Yeah, I suppose, there we go. So it actually gives a little bit of access into the school as well. Quite cool. Can't build one in between here, but that's okay, not the end of the world. So there we go, guys. That's sort of what we're looking for at the moment. Should we sort of build through here? Can we do it? Can we build through here? Is that going to connect up? Yeah, I suppose that does, doesn't it? Looks okay. Doesn't look too awful. Yeah, okay, we'll run with that. We'll see how it goes. Cool. So we'll just leave that one and we can sort of build the other ones later on. Yeah, so but that's sort of why we're going for the ring shape as well. I think it sort of lends itself to this kind of movement in between the lines and the lanes and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not really sure how much it's going to get used. So I think definitely it'll come into its own later on. So it's getting a fair bit of use already, I guess. A lot of people are using the pedestrian stuff. So hopefully it's going to be a lot quicker and easier for people rather than using cars to get around. And that will definitely be to our benefit in the long run. It'll be a lot cheaper, a lot less hassle, and all that kind of stuff. So pretty happy with all that. So everything's going quite well. A little bit more of industrial demand. Looks like we've run out of water, have we? Yep, we have. So we're going to bump up our budget again. Let's put it up to 90% now. So that should be fine for a while. Game running, and yep, so lots of capacity, extra capacity there. So which is good. Residential's okay. That's coming up. So I'm going to put some more residential lines down. So actually I'm going to come over here and build all through there like that. Wait till one of these houses comes in and then we can fix up our power lines. So like that, and just get rid of these ones. Into, oh, not quite. Into there like that. There we go. All sorted, nothing to worry about. It's up to nearly 3,000 in population, which is quite good. Industrial's coming up again. Must have missed out water lines. We have, yep. So that's a bummer. So we're going to go there, to there, and to there, like that. Cool. Keep these guys happy for a while. Going to build another little quick expansion out. I know this is super boring, super unimaginative, but I promise that we definitely will get a lot more into our forestry and stuff later on. So just for the moment, this is what we're doing. So a few fires and stuff over here because it is quite far away. I think that's just going to have to suck it up for the moment. We need yet another wind turbine. So we put one there like that. So I mean, we could put advanced turbines over here. But I really sort of don't want to do that. I don't want to mess up all that. I want to keep this quite pristine. So I'd sort of rather just build normal wind turbines. And then once we sort of buy this tile out here, we can put some advanced wind turbines out this way. So we do need some leisure, so that's a good point from that little chirpy tweet. So, where are we going to put our leisure? I think we're going to put it on our next expansion ring, because we're going to have some room there, and we can sort of afford to do that. Whereas at the moment, we're going to have to demolish stuff if we don't, so... Actually, the pedestrian lanes look quite good at the night. I like the look with the lights and stuff, and you know, people using them, and they're quite well lit up, so they don't get mugged and etc. Which is pretty good. So lots of residential demand. So what we're going to do now, we've used up all the stuff that we've got. So oops, not do that. So take out that, fill in that, and there, and like there. So that's good. So that's all filled in. I suppose we can actually backfill on all this now, can't we? Because I did leave gaps sort of on this side for that express purpose, but I suppose we can backfill all of this in. If people want to build there, they can. Yeah, it's up to them, really. And through there, and through there, and to there, and all that kind of stuff. So there we go, and to there. Cool. So we're going to build our next expansion ring out, and then we can put some more residential down, and also some leisure parks and things like that. And we might start decorating some, putting some trees down and things like that as well. So I'm going to get this one a little bit closer in, so we don't really need to leave a gap as much. So just a little bit over there. So there we go, like that. That should be fine. So you're going to build it around, hug it quite close into the next rings, like that. And like this, and around like that. So that's perfect. And the same through here, yeah, put it there, go there. A little bit of negative happiness, but that's okay. I can get over it and around like that, and down to there. So there we go. A little bit wonky, but I think I like the look of it. I think it's going to look quite cool. especially when it sort of builds up a lot more. I think it really could end up looking pretty funky, so that's good. So what we're going to do we need some more water? We don't, so we've got water covered, which is fantastic. Don't need any more services, so we're going to jump into some leisure things now. So what have we got? These are just some benches and stuff I sort of downloaded, so don't think we're going to bother using those. Might put down a plaza. So I might put down a plaza near the high school and stuff. It sort of seems to make a bit of sense, doesn't it? I think we might put it there. So we get one down there. What else are we going to put down? We're going to definitely put down a playground. So we might put a playground. Might sort of put it in the middle over here, over in this area. Let's put one down there. Might put another one over here, like so. So that's a few leisure things. Can we put sort of anything else in that might be interesting? A basketball court somewhere. What about a basketball court right there? And right there, do you reckon? What about something else? What about a jumping castle? Carousel. Carousel for the kids, there we go. So there we go, so that's a bunch of leisure activities or areas down there, so need some more power. So that's fine, we're going to just hook up to there and get rid of the old ones there like that. So there we go, so that's all our power problems sorted. So I jump into our leisure, so some of the ones around the front haven't really got access to it, so given that these are, look at land value, so this is a change in the After Dark expansion. So previously, before the expansion, any houses on the water or any land on the water didn't have an inherent land value boost, whereas at the moment it does. So you can actually see where we don't have any houses here, and along here, it's automatically got like a boost to its land value, which makes sense. So generally houses on the water are more expensive in real life, so that's why they've done that. But given that they don't really have that much access to leisure, that could impact their land value later on. So we may sort of have to demolish a few houses along here, put some leisure stuff in here, but we'll sort of deal with that later. We won't worry too much about that at the moment, so at least we've got that set up, which is pretty cool. So what we're going to do, put down a bunch of residential as well, so we can fill in all of this area like that, and then just leave a bit of a gap there like we've been doing, to there like that, and a bit of a gap there like that, and fill in all of this. A gap there, and fill in all of this like that, and just fix it up there. Cool, so there we go, so that's our next ring coming out. So our city is definitely coming together. We'll do 3,200 population, a nicely designed city, I think, if I do say so myself. Feel free to let me know if you disagree. Cool, so burn down building, like I said, we do have a few sort of problems over here with services not coming all the way over, but I think we're just going to have to suck that up for the moment. It's not really worth putting down extra services, I don't think, given that we're going to, especially given that we're going to demolish this area. Sort of in the, you'd think it'll be in the next episode. I think we said this one, but it's going to be the next one. So we've got a fair bit of cash flow, quite a bit in the bank now as well. So I think definitely next episode, we might actually just buy this tile now while we're here. So I'm going to buy this tile, 5,000, which is okay. Yeah, so if we have a look at this now, so what we're going to do basically, I think we're going to, so we actually can't get access to the highway until we come out to here. So if we demolish this area, which we definitely will do, we'll actually create a highway connection sort of right here, right on the edge. And then what we're going to probably run a highway out, sort of a road out along here. Bring a bridge over from here. So we could come over here, but then we're sort of, that tempts us to run through the city, and we're going to build out this way anyway, so we don't really want to do that. So run our highway out along here, build a bridge over in this direction, and then build our forestry out into this area. And it's a fairly big area, so we get a fair bit of industry in there. And then later on, once we get access to trains, we can actually chuck down very, very easily a cargo, one or even two cargo terminals on here. And then once you buy this tile out here as well, which we will do eventually, we'll have a huge area of forestry and really quick, easy way to get it out of the city, which is absolutely fantastic. So that's definitely the way to go. I think that makes the most sense. We could sort of go this way or this way, but those sort of have their own issues. So that's going to be quite good. So that's good. Happy with that. Keep the game running. That's our city of the night. So definitely starting to build up. Some people in the playground, and 6 o'clock in the morning by the looks of it. So they're obviously keen, which is good. Little carousel down here. Quite a few people using it. So we do have access to transport now. So we've got buses and taxis. Taxis are really only good for tourism. We're not really going to have a whole lot of tourism in this game. So, and we don't really need to set up taxis, buses either at the moment. So our traffic is absolutely fine. No problems there whatsoever. So, we are going to get rid of that one, and we need some more power. Yep, we do. Cool. So, power. So we're down to 7 megawatts a wind turbine, which is not ideal. Although if we build a little bit further back, not there actually. Alright, I think we're just going to have to take 7 at the moment. So, where does that take us to? So it doesn't even take us to even. So why on earth? How has that happened, honestly? Do we need to put down an advanced wind turbine somewhere? Maybe even if it's even just temporary. We can't put any here, which is really, really annoying. Suppose we can get 16 megawatts here, can't we? We're going to get 9 there. So we get 16. We have to run a line to it. Or do we put a temporary one here and move them later on? I don't really want to do that, but I think it probably makes a bit of sense. I don't know. A little bit torn. Don't want to use the coal power plant, even though it does use or produce a lot more power. Not really a fan of doing that, so I prefer to just sort of use wind turbines. Suppose we actually sort of could start building some wind turbines along here, get that back up to the 8 megawatts. Maybe that can be sort of our energy supply for our forestry industry. Maybe we'll do that. I guess we can always move them, can't we? I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's a good thing about this game. If you don't like stuff, move it. Change it, demolish it, get rid of it, and all that kind of stuff. So, there we go. So, we'll get some more 8 megawatt wind turbines set up there, given that we sort of exhausted all the area over here, so that's fine. Lots of industrial demand, so we're going to pull, we're only at 26 minutes. 27 minutes. I don't think we're going to start our forestry. So what we're going to do, we're just going to put down one more ring of industrial right here, like this, and there like that, and that will be our last lot that we'll do. Put all this down, keep our industrial area, our industry happy, and just put out some water there, and there, and there like that. And then start of next episode, it's going to be the very first thing we do. We will set up our forestry area over here. So that's going to be good. It's going to be fine. It's going to be good. Set up some more commercial as well while we're here. So we will run it. Actually, we can build there, can't we? Yep, like that. Leave a gap there so we can potentially run through another pedestrian path if we basically sort of want to run them all the way through the city. If we build out this way, we could very well do that. What I'm going to do quickly, get rid of this one there, and just bring a little one into there like that. And that means we can rezone this commercial like that. Got some gaps there, which is good. Got a gap through there, so we can actually sort of set up it like that, and maybe come in one like that. All the way along here like this, and also probably up to there. No, not to there. Up to there. So we won't build it right on the intersection, because that's going to be quite busy, but we'll do that for now. Cool, so once some of these start kicking, we can actually get rid of these power lines, hopefully they'll jump over. And we can get rid of those, which will be good. So we're starting to build some more commercial. Industrial's happy. Are we out of power yet again? Oh my god, we are. This is unbelievable. Cool, so more wind turbines. There we go, 8 megawatts. So residential's under control, which is absolutely fantastic. Last thing we're going to do for this episode is expand our pedestrian lines out again. That should take us up to 31 odd minutes, and we'll end the episode right here. Let's put that one there, and then right over the road, and it's going to fix that, and then we'll go over here, do the same. There, and there. And then here, there, and there. Now we're going to come back and put our our little down ramps in. So bring that out and then come down, and we can put one right there like that. Do the same over here. So come out and then down, and then put one right there. Lastly, right about there, come out and down. And come on, there we go, there we go. Cool, so there we go. So there's our second lot of pedestrian lines or lanes or pathways, whatever you want to call them, set up. So getting a fair bit of use, like these cross ones here as well are getting quite a bit of use too. So we managed to sort of expand those through into the other sectors, and that'll take us up to the end of the episode, which will be good. So I'm going to set that one up there like this, and come through, and we're just going to demolish this house like that, and then we're going to bring this through from there up to there like that. So that's cool. Do the same here. Through and to there. I suppose we'll expand out this way, but for the moment what we'll do is just bring that out there and then run some straight ones up there like this and to there like that. And then we do the same over here. So we'll start this here, bring this up there like that, and then run some from there, there and there to there like that, and then continue this around here. So like that, and then through. Get rid of the big house, which is a shame, but there you go. Cool, so there we go. So there's our pedestrian lanes all set up through our city. Bump up our budget, so put that up to 100. And there we go. Cool, so haven't got a whole lot of power, so we're going to need even more power quite soon. A little bit of water, but we probably need some water pumps soon. Got a little bit of 45,000 in the bank, 3,700 income, which is quite good. Our initial build is set up, our pedestrian lanes, our residential, our commercial and industrial. So at 32 minutes nearly, guys, so I'm going to pause the video and we're going to put a cut in the video here. Hope you've enjoyed the second episode of our Let's Play series. If you like it, it would be amazing if you could subscribe and like the video. And I hope you've all had a great day, and I'll see you all soon.